Alright, radio check, radio check, radio check. Radio check. Radio check, radio check, radio check. Okay, so it's working. Quality than last time around, because I don't even know what that was. Yeah, this looks much better. Basically, I just lowered the frame rate of my live recording to 30 FPS. Because 60 FPS is just too much, apparently. I really got... Maybe I'll lower the brake pressure. Maybe that's the problem. This time isn't looking that bad though. Sorry, I'm just like adjusting the microphone while driving, not very smart. Let's see if we can get into the 129s. That'd be, or just like we get under 130. That'd be nice. That's kind of what I want. I'm still adjusting the microphone, so I don't like where it is right now. All right, we'll just leave it there. Here we go. Let's try to get this turn one down. Alright, let's get a replay of our fastest lap here, so y'all can see what the car and the helmet looks like. Because I got a new car and a new helmet. Well, not a new car, but a new livery. Y'all will recognize it. You'll recognize the livery. Oh, and a new number. I'm number 69 now, because funny number. I knew. Here's the car. Looks pretty, right? Yeah, my fastest lap was a little slippery. Jeez, my live just does not like recording the cars on the track. It's getting all fuzzy right now. Why is it so fuzzy? Oh my god. Should I add more motion blur or something? I generally don't know how to make the quality good enough, or actually bad enough for the live to be able to record it. Because this is hard to look at. Look, this looks crystal clear. And it is crystal clear when you're not moving. But when you are, it just looks so rough. Let's see what I can do to the video settings here. On-screen display, maybe? No, that's just that. Graphic settings. Maybe the motion blur? I feel like that would actually make it worse. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna change it to performance, and maybe that will help. Cause yeah, that was hard to look at. Maybe we'll change it to nighttime too. I'm inventing here. Cause I want the quality to be good enough to record for yeah, cause even when the screen on here changes, it gets super fuzzy. I don't get what that's all about. Alright, let's change some settings here. Oh. Performance. Let's do that. I hope none of this is too copyrighted. Okay, I kind of like this a lot better. It's a lot more upbeat. Accessibility. I'm just gonna turn off the subtitles. Oh. Okay, we're gonna try this out. It still gets fuzzy. This is the one we're gonna buy. Yeah. Alright, whatever. Whoa, I don't know what the song is, but I like it. Oh no, I don't like it very much. Can I make it nighttime? That'd actually be really nice. If I can make it nighttime. I think I can in the settings. I don't know, man. Okay, why are we communicating with online services so much? I just want to drive the car. All the time I'm driving the car. All the time. Please don't crash on me. I just want to drive the car. Don't crash, please. It's gonna crash. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna crash. Huh. I feel like this is about to crash on us. There we go. It didn't crash. Okay, now we're gonna hope it doesn't do that again. gonna do this. So I want it to be nighttime. That was easy. Now it's nighttime. Let's get our setup in here. Oh, this is nice. Oh no, whatever. We're just gonna keep going. Well, that's not what we wanted. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we still might get a fast lap here. You can do it. Oh yeah, look at that. We might break the 120 barrier. Finally. Oh yeah, look at that. Or not 120, 130 barrier I meant. Look at that. Let's do some donuts. See if we can do some proper donuts here. Huh. Hello, violin F1. Donuts. Alright, let's see how this replay looks. Looks much cleaner than before. That's when I started doing donuts. Am I black? No, I'm not. I am Mexican American. I want to see the fastest lap attempt. Alright, here we go. This actually looks like we're going for a fastest lap now. F1 or motorsport? What, and you choose F1 or motorsport? What else am I supposed to do? Soccer? No. No, I suck at soccer. Or football, whatever you want to call it. Basketball. Well, I suck at basketball. I'm pretty horrible at basketball. I've never tried American football, but I don't like the people involved in it. The kind of same thing with basketball. They're just like really annoying, to say the least. What else is there? I just say rugby. They're out here in the United States. We don't really have, or where I live, rather, we don't really have any rugby. I think if you ask any kid in my school what rugby is, they probably won't even know. I do though, because you know I'm with a lot of the European fan base over here. Hockey. Shit, bro. I don't know a lot about ice. Hockey is a very aggressive sport, and I feel like I don't physically have that kind of aggression. Like I did wrestling for 4 years around, and I just like didn't have that kind of aggression. I was good. I was pretty good actually, but that kind of aggression to go fight, I don't have it. But when it comes to a car, I don't know. Even then, I still don't have that kind of aggression. But you know, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it, and it's skill. It's skill versus skill. Except F1. I mean, then it literally is car versus car. But do I kart myself? No, but I've done karts and stuff. Driven cars. The car. Every time I drive a car, it's a lot. It's like fun, you know. And karting, I'm really good at karting. Like, obviously, I don't have the money to do it professionally, but put me in a cart and I will be the fastest person on track. That's a lie. Sometimes it's someone faster, but give me enough laps, I'll be the fastest person on track. Favorite driver? Well, in F1, it's got to be Max Verstappen. Actually, probably all around, it's Max Verstappen. I like Max. The other drivers, Alex Palou, I really got into watching. He's a lot of fun to watch with sim racing and obviously IndyCar. This court case with McLaren's interesting, but that's a really good burnout. What else? Other drivers I like. Not a blank. But I think one of the greatest drivers really is Niki Lauda, but I was not alive to go watch him. There's a few more. The chances at max 24-point gap. He's tied with Oscar right now. I feel like his chances aren't too bad. I think it's really 50-50 because McLaren has to bottle it pretty bad. Actually, not even that bad. They just have to do not perfect. If they're imperfect, then Max wins. So, I feel like Max can win it, and I know I want Max to win it, but what I want is not always going to be what happens. Alright, how's my R&D looking? I can't really do anything. How are the cars looking, actually? You know, theoretically, if Lando really does bottle it this bad, there can be a tie between Oscar, Max, and Lando for the final race. I forgot how it had to go, but that is something that can't happen. I'm not as good as Max. It's okay, bro. Okay, who's the fastest car? Looks like McLaren's the fastest car. Well, and Red Bull and Ferrari. And the third fastest car. Alright, tire allocation. We always want to go soft because, you know, it's fun. Favorite rookie? Fernando Alonso. No, I'm kidding. That's a good question. It's a very good question. I want to say Isaac Hadjar, but I also want to say Kimi. If I say Kimi Antonelli, I feel like that'd be too basic. But to be fair, no one's shown that kind of aggression that Kimi Antonelli has, especially going wheel to wheel with Max Verstappen. I think that's why I like him. But he is really far behind George overall, so. Oh yeah, you like Kimi and Behrman. I like Behrman too. I mean, he's fast. I don't know. It might just because he's British. He's absolutely cooking Ocon right now. I like Liam Lawson, but he's not a complete rookie. But I do like Liam Lawson. Yeah, so favorite rookie's gotta be Kimi Antonelli.
The cars are about to take to track for the very first time here in Bahrain, so plenty for the teams and drivers to learn during practice here at the Sakir International Circuit.
Yeah, Kimi's cooking. When's the race? Maybe today, maybe later, I don't know. Anywho, let's get our car set up in here.
I've had a chat with the R&D team about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so go and give them a try.
Race strategy, I guess.
There'll be a lack of rubber out on track, so take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Hold on, what did that comment say? Do you need to vote for Rookie of the Year? I don't know. Do I need to? If I'm good, I'm definitely voting Kimi Antonelli. not how I would do it in a race. Okay, well, we're not doing too great here. Where do I brake here? Not there. Here, I feel like I'm braking the same spot as usual. Because the car isn't turning very well, but, you know, whatever. Hello, Gian. I don't know how Lewis has that many points. I don't think he's at 200 yet. But yeah, Lewis is... It's gotta be the worst season ever. Alright, we're gonna try this again, because I don't know what I'm doing. I think this really proves, I don't want to say it, but that Lewis was never that great of a driver. I gotta say, his McLaren days were really good. Yeah, that's what I really look forward to, or look up to when I think of Lewis Hamilton. It's his pure driving talent in the McLaren days. Because I believe that's when Lewis was at his prime as a driver.
Okay, mate, nice and steady.
But the fact that Lewis can't take a bad car and like do anything with it. Like you give Max or Charles a bad car and they'll find a way to do wonders with it. Like Charles did wonders in Alfa Romeo. Like Fernando Alonso, that's what Max really looks up to, is Fernando Alonso has had a horrible car for more than half his career. And he still has the motivation to go out there and race, to go fight, go be the best. And he can. Like, people still look up to Fernando Alonso is still a great driver, and people see that. But you compare it to Lewis, and it's just not the same. It's not that same kind of racing instinct that Lewis has. Because Lewis, I don't believe he was ever that great of a driver. Like, aside from the McLaren days, which he did beat Fernando Alonso. So that's what I think. That's my take on that. Also, I'm not a very big Lewis Hamilton fan. Like, Lewis has done a lot for the sport, but he's more an advertiser than a driver. Like, the Lewis Ferrari thinks he's more of a cash grab than anything. And that's all it's been. Because Lewis hasn't even gotten a podium with Ferrari, where Charles Leclerc has. Lewis should have retired after 2022. But, you know, after 2026, I guess that's... Actually, that's a lie, because his 2023 season was pretty good. No, I forget how overshadowed everyone's 2023 season was, because Max's was just so good. But Lewis did have a pretty good season. But guess who else did? Fernando Alonso. The podium in an Aston Martin. And the Aston Martin is actually like a decent car. And he beat Lewis Hamilton wheel to wheel. Now, I don't think he deserved to win Monaco 23, but I definitely think he deserved a podium. Because Max made his mediums last, like, almost the whole race until it started raining. And that is insane. His mediums, they couldn't legally degrade without his consent. And even the pole lap, like, the fact that Max pulled that out in the third sector alone, I think Max deserved it all. Like, Max has a thing with breaking the small team hearts, though. I don't know if he has a kink for it or something, but he'll always break some hearts when it comes to the small teams. Like taking away Carlos Sainz's pole position at Las Vegas. Or not Vegas, I don't know. It might have been Vegas. But I think Baku too. Max just doesn't care. But both Max and Alonso, they respect each other very much as drivers. Because they have the similar mentality when it comes to racing. Racing. And just don't give up. Like Lewis, he'll go on and have these like few minute long radio speeches on how they should never give up. But Lewis, he gives up more than any other driver on the grid, I believe. He also constantly insults his team, especially last year. He's insulting his team so much. And in Ferrari, I kind of understand it more, but still, you should never treat your team like that. So that part I also don't like about Lewis a lot. Now, I'm just going about what I've watched. Maybe in his dominant driving days, he's actually like a decent driver and person. But all I know is Valtteri Bottas had to give him a lot of help to win championships. Basically, if McLaren did what I was gonna say, Max would never go to Ferrari, but if he did, I'm sure he would do everything he could to win a championship. But Max has this whole thing with building a team. He builds a team with him and around him, and I think he could do that for Ferrari. And I feel like he would be more like a Michael Schumacher if he came to Ferrari. I think that's what would happen. I don't think he would get 7 championships per se, but I think he would definitely develop a championship winning team. I think that's possible. Now Leclerc, he doesn't have that kind of leadership. Actually, he kind of does, but he's just honestly so like stuck at Ferrari that he doesn't really know what to do. He's doing it for Jules, and I guess that's nice, but I feel like Jules would even want him to move with the team. Or, you know, a world champion like Niki Lauda. Niki Lauda had a team like that, he would move. He would go win a championship elsewhere. Leclerc to Ashton 2027. I would like to see that. I don't think Leclerc's going to move teams.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. You got a lot
But to
of valuable
Ashton,
information
yeah,
out of
that'd be
that. Well
nice.
done.
I'm really bad at this first turn. Yeah, I don't think I've taken it right once, so we're going to try to. We really just gotta slam on the brakes more. Nui isn't gonna be team principal. He's just gonna be lead designer for the car. Or is he actually no, yeah, he's not. And Ferrari, you know, they're Ferrari at the end of the day. That's Ferrari for real. Easily the most depressed fan base, aside from McLaren, if neither of those drivers win the championship this time around. Which, you know, I kind of want to see that. I want to see Max win. I know they're gonna. I think they were gonna replace the term team principal, but Nui isn't a team principal. He's a car designer. Now, theoretically, he could probably be a decent team principal, but it's not what he does. Oh, I'm out of fuel.
Pitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
Yeah, I just saw a story about Nui today. I can fact check this. I didn't think he's gonna be team principal, but maybe I'm completely wrong. Oh, yeah, no, I just saw it. Okay. He is going to be... Okay, I'm completely off. Aston Martin team principal. Huh. Well, that is definitely news to me. I just saw that this morning, and I was like, why are they releasing again that Adrian Newey is going to Aston Martin? I knew that already. But I guess they're actually releasing that he's going to be the team principal. Which, that's something. Do I believe that's a good idea? Yeah, actually, I feel like Nui, even if that's not what he does, I feel like that's what he can do. Because if he builds a team around him, he can do whatever he wants to the car and make a lightning quick car for Aston Martin. Maybe not 2026, but if the team works with him, I believe they can develop a really good car, unlike what Red Bull did in 2024. No, I don't think he's going to be another Pinocchio. I hope not, anyways. I want to see Lance Stroll become a world champion. He deserves it. Okay, now I don't exactly know where to brake for the pit entrance. Okay, I didn't do that right. I did not do that right at all. Take me in, guys. Oh, it is snowing. There's so much snow outside. Lance Stroll dominance, maybe we're fans. I forgot they only give us a certain amount of fuel. Okay, I don't think I did the race strategy right, but whatever. ERS management, we're going to keep our same set of tires. Let's drive out so I can practice and order to brake for the first time. Yeah, I'm only live on YouTube. I could go live on Twitch, but I don't have Twitch on my phone anymore. Because, I don't know. I just never did Twitch. So, I never got into it. where would I brake for this, like, first one? I feel like it's actually perfect marker. Yeah,
nice one. Okay, reminder, a neat way to recharge the batteries by lifting at certain points when you feel you can and by gentle braking. Try those this lap and see how you get on. And if you want to make the most of those gears, engine braking will also put some juice back into the battery. Combine all these techniques and see how you go.
F125, I mean, I really hope it goes on sale, because it will have the 2026 cars to it, I heard. Which I'm really blessed by that, because I bought this game and I was like, I don't know, am I really going to play it a lot? But if they're adding the 2026 cars, I'm really happy with that. Okay, so my tire bag, I don't know how to put much more on my front right, but I gotta try. Not time-wise, we're not looking too good. On my defense, I have no power and no tires. Flip, 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 flip. Oh, I didn't even put on DRS. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna retry this program. If Albon and Gasly were to go back to Red Bull and be Max's teammate, well, Max, he's gonna be better. Okay, he's gonna be better than both of them. But I think Albon is probably the better one. He has a more similar driving style to Max. And plus, in their actual stint at Red Bull, Albon was better. So, yeah, I think Albon.
Okay, on this test I want you to focus on managing your ERS. It's really important for our overall race pace, and so a reminder, you've got modes to play with in your MFD. See how they feel for you and see how different modes drain the battery.
But I feel like Albon's also been doing wonders for Williams for so long. I mean, right now he's really losing his confidence because of how good Carlos is. Okay, I don't like this stupid racing mode they put out. I hate it so much. It's like in my way, it's in my face, and I can't take it off.
Nice one. Okay, reminder, a neat way to recharge the batteries by lifting at certain points when you feel you can and by gentle braking. Try those this lap and see how you get on. And if you want to make the most of those gears, engine
Hajar announced to Aston Martin.
braking will also put some juice back into the battery. Combine all these techniques and see how you go.
Now, I feel like that theoretically isn't a bad scenario. Definitely not for 2026 though, because Hajar's without a doubt going to Red Bull. Maybe if it's like a really bad stint, then Hajar will go to Aston Martin. Which I feel that's a possibility. That was a stupid racing line. I hate it so much. Can I actually take that off? On-screen display. There's nothing. Nothing for that. Career settings. Any F1 game for the first time again. Hours on that game, and I love that game. It was really perfect and feel wise, and I really think it was generally probably one of the best F1 games. Like physics wise, it felt like a fast race car, you know, as it should. So F123, that's my answer for that.
Program complete. And job
Okay, hopefully I did that right.
well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
There's a car there. Oh, there's cars everywhere. I wish you had the option to play as any real driver in every F1 game. Yeah, I mean, to play as Nicholas Latifi, I think that's always been a dream come true for me. So, you know, had F1 2020 been able to bring that me that, I think that would have been simply lovely. Or 2020, I play as Kimi Räikkönen and I make sure he doesn't go to Alfa Romeo for 2019. Okay, how do I wear this? This front right is getting nowhere whatsoever. I might go change the pressures. I'm flying off track like crazy right now.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Kimi Räikkönen! Kimi Räikkönen! He is the world champion with Mercedes, and he beats Max Verstappen. Unbelievable stuff. Alright, my mediums are clearly very gone. So we're gonna change some things. I think we lower the tire pressure on the front left and the front right. because that's always going to be. Oh yeah, Callie Mayer, look at her go. Hello. Give me like an M. Look at Callie Mayer. That looks like a tractor. So, with our setup here, what would I want to do? Okay, high load situations. So, yeah, it would be the right side because it didn't get that much wear and tear. So we're going to lower that. And then the rear right, we are going to lower. But not as much because the rear right I actually got use out of. So we're going to try that out. We're going to throw on, what do I have right now? How do I see the tire select? Oh, it's right there. And Bono, my tires are not tiring. I feel like we do a few laps on the medium, just for testing, and then honestly we could just save that for, no, we're gonna test that now, but we're gonna test with the hard tires since we're not doing anything with the hard tires. So we're gonna do a few laps on the hard tires. We're gonna practice we're gonna see how the tires degrade, and if they degrade, oh, I have no fuel. Alright, back to business. Let's get some more fuel. Let's get like a race load of fuel in here. If Ricciardo stayed in Red Bull after 2018, I feel like Max would still beat him, but Red Bull would definitely get some more Constructors' Championships. Better Constructor Championships. I feel like he wouldn't have been as good as a teammate as Checo was to give him that 21 title, but maybe he would have if he knew he didn't have a chance. I don't know, there's a lot of what ifs in that, but you know, it's always if, right? Or let's try this again when you feel this time. Alright, hopefully this does what I want it to. And evens out the wear a little better. So we're going to keep an eye on that tire wear. We're going to try to keep the times in the 134 range. Ferrari would be a little bit higher in the Constructor Championships. I feel like Carlos would have at least a few podiums by now. If not a win. There's a lot of positives of Carlos staying at Ferrari, but I feel like the team infrastructure wouldn't be as good because of the whole willing to drop Carlos whenever, just for some driver with a lot of, who brings in a lot more money. It's not like Ferrari need all that money. Because the front right still needs to be even better. time that we're getting here. It should be like a 134. We're just gonna keep doing this, and we're gonna keep seeing copies. I don't know. I feel like if they have a worse season than this will motivate Charles to either leave F1 or leave Ferrari. So it kind of just depends on what happens. Perez went to Ferrari. Well, he wouldn't thoroughly enjoy the 2014 season. But if he kind of stuck with it, I believe Perez. I don't think he would be able to compete with Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Räikkönen, and Charles Leclerc. I mean, he'd be able to compete with them. I don't think he could dominate them as a driver. Whereas when Charles Leclerc joined Ferrari, he was able to dominate Sebastian Vettel. Let's go back to the 134s. 133 is a little fast. I think this is more like it. Let's keep it at that pace. Max Verstappen in an Alpine against Prime Latifi in a McLaren. Who wins? I think Max, just because Latifi would put it into a wall. Not on pure pace, because that Alpine this year is really a tractor. Not the 133, 134, 134. Okay, perfect. Red Bull's next to the Golden Boy. Isaac Hadjar. If he actually sticks with Red Bull. If Red Bull make a drivable car for anyone but Max Verstappen. I should say anyone and Max Verstappen. Then I think Isaac Hadjar can do pretty okay. Actually, it's barely drivable for Max now. I don't even know what car Red Bull have cooked up. This one might be a 133. I was in the slipstream of someone, so. Okay, I can't avoid those random slips, so. Even the McLaren's slipping a lot. Stuff like that, you can't do that. What tire are you on? Oh, you're also on the hards. Okay, let's not do that. Let's do a nice innocent battle here. Ricardo's an Australian and Italian name. Nice one. I don't know who that is. I think it's Lando. Like I said, I'm on Max. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't care who has a better chance. I want Max. Being F2 champion is pointless now. I don't agree because Gabriel Bortoleto is a Formula 2 champion. Oscar Piastri is a Formula 2 champion. I believe it really does assist your career. I mean, it's not going to be... Being an F2 champion doesn't mean you become an F1 driver, right? You need to have everything else sorted out. But that is on to you. That is on to the driver to make sure they have everything else sorted out. Because if they're organized like that enough in F2 to make it to F1, then they'll be organized enough in F1. I don't even remember what the C race was last week. They haven't had very good tracks for me recently, so... I mean, yeah, they have Spa this week, but it's with Group 4 cars. And I've been driving F1 cars, so I need something a little faster. Ocon defender. 5-second penalty to whoever sent that. Sorry, I can't exactly read your names while driving. Haha. 5-second penalty for incorrectly serving the 5-second penalty. Now this lap feels a little bit slow, I can't lie. Yeah, we're 2 seconds behind the time. I guess it's not that bad. It's kind of where we want to be. That's both really bad. That is horrible. Hardcore anyone fans is just absolutely horrible. I'm definitely gonna go with the Max one, because I'm also a Max fan. But I'm in a room with idiots. Duan fans. No, see, that's bad, because I know Duan's a bad driver. I just realized that might be Jack Duan right in front of me. Yeah, go to violin practice. Oh, violin F1. I get it now. I knocked over the traffic cone. It's not looking like a good lap, guys. Okay, this is looking like a really bad lap. I guess it's not that bad. Signs. I need better for next year. I believe he will get better for next year. I believe he'll have a stronger start to the season. I believe that's what will really boost his season for Williams. He's on the medium time. You might want to get past. But he's trying. Dude, just get past. Alright, we're gonna let whoever else is behind just pass me. Why are you slowing down? Go! Why are you slowing down? Okay, you know what? That's a Kato Sport car. I think we can keep up. I don't know what's going on, but we're not looking too fast, so we're gonna do a little bit better this time around. Du hast spun. We're gonna put a little more pep in this stuff this time around. Lawson doomed? I don't think he's doomed. I think we're doomed though. I think the tires will finally reach the pace limit here. Because we're not going very fast anymore.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
So I think we go for oops. Alright, how long did I actually run those tires? Hopefully like 12 to 13 laps, because I don't know how long the race is going to be. That felt like a decent amount of laps, right? What did I learn from that? How old are these tires? 13 laps. It's recommended. So I think I did pretty alright. And we're gonna try the... Okay. I trust, you know. Alright, so 13 laps, it's not exactly... You kind of wanted a little more than that. So we're gonna look... And we're gonna go back out on these ancient... these old hards. We're just gonna go out for a few more laps. Just see what we can get with them. The mediums aren't worth it. No, we'll try the mediums up and practice too. Get back into a groove. Okay, let's not get track limits. Barely washed, so it's called pizza. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I believe our pace is now at 135. I just kind of wish I had more data to see where the drop-off came in. excited for F127. I have high expectations, yeah. I don't expect them to reach the high expectations, but I guess any F1 game I'm pretty excited for, except F124. I was not excited for that one. If they add classic cars, that'll be beautiful. Okay, now this is not going to be a good looking time here.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Is he paying a half from behind? I feel like I have a puncture. Oh, not yet. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, we don't want that happening. Practice is almost over, so we're kind of just doing this now. Driving in third person's gotta be the weirdest thing ever. Beautiful. Alright, I think this is a pretty productive session. I don't know about y'all. pretty productive session.
And if today's practice session is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend.
Look at
Formula
that.
One.
What a top 3, wow. Alright, that was a fun practice. We're gonna end the live though. See ya.